My name is Shazke Hasfa, a student in the School of Nursing and Midwifery, pursuing a certificate in comprehensive nursing.
My name is Judith Bettina Makoye, a former FAWE beneficiary.
My name is Ojele Emmanuel. I'm pursuing a national certificate in plumbing.
My name is Aigodina, a student from Bustema University, Nagongera campus.
My name is Gloria Tsetui. I'm a former student of Farway and a beneficiary of FAWE Uganda.
I've benefited from FAWE Uganda in that through the EOP program, I was able to develop my self-esteem. I had that inferiority complex that I couldn't stand and speak, but now I can speak for myself.
FAWE Uganda has prepared me for this vocational education via EOP, where I learned so many things like giving back to the community, maintaining self-esteem, and how to save money, investing, and also accepting my citizenship and identity, as well as accepting my personality.
FAWE has really done a lot. For example, giving me the best advices I had, some of them that I never heard of, in my extension orientation program, whereby many issues were talked about. For example, managing my finances. Me as a youth, we're still going on with education, how I should manage my finances. It really gave me a good view that I should continue with my education.
How this COVID has affected me, it has extended the period of completing school. Then as my family, it has affected them financially. Some of them were affected by the virus, and then others end up losing their lives.
During this COVID period lockdown, I faced so many challenges. I am from a home being led by mother. Actually, we are staying with only mother. And like during this period, all what she has been doing to support us crumbled due to the lockdown. So we faced the challenge of getting our upkeeps, treatment, clothing, and all those other things that a family needs or children need to survive.
Corona, the pandemic, has not really been so good on my side, and most of my colleagues also, in that when we broke off for holidays due to the pandemic breakout, it was not really so easy at home, in that our parents, our guardians, and our relatives would really work hard to make sure that we have a bread, we have something to eat, we have something to take, so that we will feel well while at home. And also some of us, it's not that you have to sit, we had not to sit to wait for our parents to provide for the needs that you want, but me personally and my friends as well, they got some skills, they also got something to do during the holidays that managed to push on, that managed to provide something for the family.
Then through the mentorship, my mentor has been there from during the phase of lockdown. He could always call, check on you, how are you, how is that going, please. You shouldn't be taken by those village boys. You should stay focused in that you come back for school.
During the lockdown, FAWE managed to support me via airtime. I attended part of the online studies via Zoom, LMS, and all other learning channels. But I didn't manage to attend all those lectures. I had also some factors that denied me to. One of it was lack of power. I could only afford to charge my phone on a Wednesday and a Sunday, and of which lectures were going from Monday up to Saturday. So I really faced a challenge there.
We were able to continue learning through the pandemic. FAWE Uganda could send us airtime through our officials, and that the school organized the Zoom classes, and we're also able to attend those classes.
I look forward to working hard, not only remaining in the same level at the certificate. I have to aim higher but it comes with hard work and then the determination that I should have, and more so, that God should give me the knowledge to continue.
After my studies or after my education, I hope to work with my community schools, volunteer, before I get a good job.
I want to work with my community because I have that vision in me of giving back to the community, just like that they are doing to me. Because they picked me from nowhere to somewhere, so I should also go back and help those ones who are unable also to help themselves.
It was a good experience being in a good school, having good meals, getting the best education. It was very good. We were actually given scholastic materials, paying full school fees. It was really a good experience. Very grateful for FAWE for that.
Because of FAWE, I'm really grateful. I might have been a victim of rape, a victim of early marriages, a victim of marriage like other girls in my community, but I'm grateful that they educated me and I'm who I am. I'm even working because of them.
Thank you, FAWE.
I'm really happy for your endless support.
I'm very grateful for FAWE.
I thank you, FAWE, for all that you have done for me.
I pray that may the Almighty good Lord bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, my name is Susan Opok Tomusime, and I'm the Executive Director of FAWE Uganda. FAWE stands for the Forum for African Women Educationalists, and it's a Pan-African organization that was started in 1992 by 5 African women ministers of education as a result of the gender disparities identified in education. Probably what I could say, despite the fact that we started, meaning FAWE, to support education, we do not directly or only support direct attendance of school, but a lot of other factors that, that may hinder the education of girls. We have issues to do with second chance education, where young women or girls have, dropped out of school for one reason or the other. There are issues to do with illiteracy, where young people cannot read and write. So we come in to support their reading and writing. We have education in emergencies, where we have, host communities, refugees, in places that we are working in. So our support is really national. FAWE did a study in 2016, and we realized that there was a correlation between dropout and teenage pregnancy. So we began to work on a policy on re-entry of girls back into school settings. And luckily for us, as a result of COVID, we also did another study that really saw a lot of girls becoming pregnant during the COVID time, during the lockdown. And as a result, the Ministry of Education approved the guidelines on the re-entry of young girls back into school settings, as well as guidelines on the role of senior women and senior male teachers in schools that would provide for a conducive environment for girls to be able to study. There is a difference in terms of the varied people that we work with. And as I said and I have mentioned, we have generally vulnerable and disadvantaged young people. So we usually identify those that are most vulnerable that we support. FAWE has virtually helped quite a number of young people because we work with various donors who actually support different groups of young people. I should say that broadly our work is to facilitate or to complement the government of Uganda efforts. So what we do is ensure that young people come into school, complete their education cycle, get work and contribute into the development, but also development of not only the country, but their families and so on and so forth. So we have had actually a number of young people today that FAWE has supported. It could be over 6,000 young people. And they are now working, there are many of them that are working in varied places. There are some in the UN, there are some with government, there are some on international, international roles. So that definitely gives the kind of contribution that the girls that have been supported by FAWE, despite coming from very vulnerable situations, have the potential to make it to become who they actually need to be. I'll give an example of a young lady who currently is doing her PhD. She comes from one of the very disadvantaged areas of Uganda, and she always talks about this. She was picked by FAWE, taken through school, and today she actually is, part of us in terms of the membership. So the contribution that FAWE and the touching of lives has impacted many young people, and some of them are now returning and coming back, trying to ask, what can I do for FAWE? How can I contribute for FAWE? So, which is really a positive thing that is happening. We also have been trying to do system strengthening, which many people take for granted. System strengthening by training teachers, by providing materials to the schools or equipment, by exposure visits. So we try to utilize opportunities that can create strong systems that can provide good environment, good outlook for the persons, for the administrators, for the teachers to provide the kind of education and to bring out the potential of the young people within them. So we still want to see a society in which girls can thrive, girls can lead dignified lives, girls get the kind of support that actually helps them to live the kind of lives that they do. And out of these situations, I have learned that there is a potential for every young person, and that if this person is supported, they can, attain their full potential. There are many things that have happened in the last, 25 years or 24 years, coming to 25. One is that there are so many girls that have been supported. We have over 6,000 girls coming through the hands of FAWE, and many are working in various offices, nationally, internationally, regionally. Two is that we have contributed to research, and the study report is being utilized by different agencies, government, and different civil society organizations. We have had a project on enhancing STEM for girls, and we worked with 40 project schools as well as 40 twinning schools. And within that project, we really supported schools in terms of capacity building, of teachers, of young people, to ensure that they appreciate science or subjects. We have utilized clubs to support girls to attract them into science. And as a result, we've had girls, going into science, because, science many times has been thought about to be an area for boys. But because of the intervention of, STEM for girls, we've had girls taking on STEM, science subjects at different levels. Schools now are telling us how the girls are doing well in science. So we should not let any girl miss the opportunity to get an education, because it transforms lives and it leads to a dignified life for all girls.